throwing card and holding down and doing things like that. Questions or anything like that, drop a comment, let me know. I'll catch you in the next. What's up, gamers? And yep, as you're looking on the screen is everybody's favorite and probably most annoying magic man, and probably the only magic man in the game, Magician. And believe it or not, this is actually the last character guide. So let's kind of hop straight into it and let's talk about Magician. So Magician's a very kind of like wonky character. He excels at basically like whiff punishing opponents. He has some very good aerials. His aerials have some very good hitboxes, as you can see, like from the arc from up air, neutral air covers a lot. He also has a crouch walk, as you can see, and also probably one of the most disrespectful crouches, next to like cupids. And some pretty good ground tools too, with like his burst dash attack which is a really good dash attack because range on it is crazy. It's pretty safe. Your opponent has to be ready for it. So just let's hop right into the moves. So Magician's neutral jab is a 3-hit jab. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's very quick, very fast, so you can kind of like block and go 1, 2, 3 to like get opponents off of you. And that's really just about it. It's kind of like a get off me tool. It's kind of like a 1, 2, 3 get off me tool. That's really just about it. Nothing too crazy or wild about it. Just being able to go 1, 2, 3 if like you like kind of block and just kind of like mash it out. Also kind of use it for like a jab check. You can just kind of run up on opponents and go like jab and then like dash and grab if they're like shielding and waiting for the other things to come out. It's a fairly fast jab, as you can see. So it's a very good jab check option, kind of like that. If your opponent's shielding too much and you want to get aggressive, just kind of like run up to him, jab check. If it hits, you can like jab check, dash away, or you can jab check and then like go for like down tilt. Just kind of like a basic get off me tool when you kind of like block, just kind of like blocking 1, 2, 3 and 11% from a jab. Pretty good. That'll do it for his jab. Let's go into his down attack. So Magician's down attack, well, for his crouch, he goes into the hat and it's a kick. This down attack sets opponents up. It puts them in a good position for like follow-ups. So you can do like down tilt into like up air, things like that. Down tilt into neutral air. Like these things aren't true, but your opponents have to make a decision after getting hit by down tilt to either like double jump away and risk getting caught by up air, or to like air dodge in and risk getting like frame trapped. With his aerials, down tilt just sets up for a really good position, so it never really hurts to hit opponents with down tilt or down attack, depending on whether you're playing with the controller or not. His down attack has some very good range too. Just the angle it knocks up is very good. Like you can hit opponents with it and you don't even have to chase them. You can just kind of like down attack and chase on them with like up attack in case they air dodge, or you just kind of like down attack and go for the confirm automatically in case your opponent isn't going to press a button. So that's just very good. It's a very good positioning tool, as you can see, because like I say, the angle it knocks opponents is very good. So that'll do it for down attack. Let's talk about dash attack. So Magician's dash attack is actually really crazy. One of the few annoying moves he has. He does have a lot of annoying moves. It's a 2-hitting dash attack. So reaching with the rod is a hit, and then the explosion from the rod is also a hit. It has some fairly good launch at higher percentages. As you can see, it will kill. But it's just a very good burst option. Very good at catching opponents who are like trying to land away from you. Just kind of like dash up under them and like go for dash attack. Also very good for whiff punishing. Like you can run up on opponents and go like jab check, dash back, and then dash in with dash attack. Just a very quick dash attack. Very good launch distance. You don't have to be up on opponents to like fully hit them. Like you don't have to connect with the first one to connect with the second one. You just kind of like slide into the second one. But it's also very good to like connect with both so you can get the full damage. The range on it is very crazy, very good. Your opponent has to be ready to punish this dash attack in order to deal with it. Like a lot of magicians will chase with this dash attack and like covering landings with this dash attack to knock your opponent off stage and put them in bad positions is very good. And it also becomes very annoying because of the angle that it launches. So like I say, very good dash attack, very good for catching landings, very good for whiff punishing. You just kind of like dash back and dash in with dash attack again. Kind of like that. Just very good for that burst range. So that'll do it for dash attack. Let's talk about up attack. So magician's up attack is a swing up with the hat, as you can see. Doesn't really kill, but at lower percentages, it sets up for some really good like setups and combinations. So you can kind of do like up tilt into up tilt. Your opponent has to air dodge or double jump away. You can do like up tilt into chase with up air. You can do up tilt into chase with neutral air. It's just a good positioning tool because it doesn't give you true combos, but kind of like down attack that sets up above, like with that good positioning. Magician's up attack also does the same thing. So you can just kind of knock them upwards and chase after them with your aerials. And as you can see, the sweet spot of magician's up air is really, really strong. So like opponents being up under you is really good because you can like chase them upwards with an aerial. And if they air dodge away, you can fast fall back down to the ground and chase them with dash attack. Like magician can get very, very aggressive when he wants to, or he could play like very, very passive when he wants to. So like I say, up attack is basically kind of like down attack. It's basically like a good positioning tool to like position opponents above you. So you can go for those big hits with those aerials or put them above you so you can chase after up under them with dash attack. So that's down attack, dash attack, up attack, and jab. Let's talk about magician's forward strong. Magician's forward strong is a big swing with the hat. As you can see, 20%, but that was charged. Let's see how much uncharged does. Uncharged does 16. Hits really, really hard. It also kills at higher percentages. Magician has no trouble like building damage because he's a very, very like neutral, oppressive character. He just kind of like flows the match the way he wants to and builds up damage with like dash attacks and things like that. And being able to dash back and get a read with forward strong is very, very good. It has some really good range too, so you don't have to fully be up on your opponent. You can kind of like, as you can see, like be like kind of like a platform's length away. So like even like if your opponent's on the edge, you can dash back and forward strong to see if you can get the hit, because you don't have to be super close to get this hit, as you can see right there. And it hits really, really hard. All of Magician's hat moves hit ridiculously hard, which is understandable because, you know, it's a magical hat. Also, this forward strong is not safe on shield, so doing this on shield will get you punished. Like I said, it's kind of like a read. Like if you feel like your opponent's going to roll from the ledge, you can like dash back roll distance. It's like fully strong all the way through, so you don't have to hit with the tipper part because, as you can see, the tipper part does 16. And then hitting with the mid part also does 16. So very strong all the way through. You still get that full damage and you still get that launch. I figured it would have like a sweet spot, but I guess not. So that'll do it for Magician's grounded moves. Let's jump into Magician specials. And Magician specials is where he really, really shines. So let's just kind of hop straight into it. Magician's neutral special, he throws down his magical hat. This magical hat can be hit by your opponents. You can't hit it, but it can be hit by your opponents. If you press neutral special again, he'll summon a statue from the hat. This statue can be hit by you, and it can be hit by your opponents. So you can call down your hat, press neutral special again to summon a statue. The initial summoning of the statue also has a hitbox, and it has some pretty strong launch. It will kill at higher percentages if you get hit by it. And then as you can see right there, you can knock the statue into your opponents. Like that. Another good thing about this statue is that it's considered like basically like a full wall. So like your opponents can't run through it. They also cannot jump through it. So you could do things like set statue up on the edge of the stage, knock your opponent off. If I can get my statue setups, it's been a while. And basically like cover the ledge with statue right there for opponents who have to, I did not mean to hit Sophia with the statue, but for opponents who have to like recover low, you can use the statue to block off opponents like recovery paths, which is very, very good because a lot of characters just kind of like get shut down by Magician. Putting out statue in that sweet spot. Let's see if I can get it. I really want to show it off because it's very, very good. And as you can see right there, you can just kind of like set it at the ledge to like mess with like a lot of characters' recoveries when they're trying to recover. So that's a very, very good thing for Magician to have with statue because it kind of like makes opponents like have to mix up the way they recover, because they can't just recover to that sweet spot like they're so used to doing, because magician kind of like controls that area of the sweet spot with statue. Another thing, as you can see right there, there are times where magician's statue will spawn a golden statue. The golden statue does more damage than the silver statue, so hitting your opponent with the golden statue will do more damage than hitting them with the silver statue. Like I say, it's considered a platform, so you or your opponents can stand on it. You can also like knock it downwards towards your opponent, so like if they're like recovering low, you can jump, set up statue. I did not pop the statue, but you can set up the statue and down air it downwards to like knock it at opponents and like cover them like going downwards. You can use it to cover the ledge. Like you can do so much with statue that is very, very good. Messes up a lot of things, and just being able to like cover so much of like this area with statue and like down air it into opponents, use it to block opponents like recoveries and things like that when using statue is just very, very good. One of the big things about playing magician is understanding your statue placement, understanding the positions to place the statue, and knowing what you can do with statue against certain opponents. Like how you can just block like certain opponents' recoveries at the ledge, or even do things like that. So magician's statue is really, really good. You do get a lot of implications out of statue. Knowing how to play around statue and knowing how to use statue is very good, because you can do things kind of like call out statue. I mean, throw hat down, double jump, call out statue, and then like back air statue for like setups and things like that. So like just throwing down statue, calling it out, having that fear of like double jumping, like using an aerial to knock it at your opponent is really, really good. Like just being able to have this out on the screen is very good, and your opponents have to watch out for it, because you can always knock it at your opponent at any time by like using things like forward air or using back air to like break statue. You could down air it kind of like that. So just because magician has statue down doesn't mean he's defenseless once he's in the sky, because he can always float back into it with an aerial like that. You can even throw it down, jump past it, and like back air it. So even if he's retreating, he can still use statue. So kind of like jump away from opponents, call out statue, and back air it at opponents like that. He can call it out, summon it, and down air it to get the bounce. Just things like that. Summon it off stage, knock it downwards to like cover the ledge. Magician can do a lot with statue. So learning how to use statue and like statue placement is going to be very, very big if you plan on playing magician or maining magician. So let's jump into his other specials. I know I talked a lot about statue, but statue is a very, very important part of like magician's game plan and his like stage setup and like stage control and like the fear that magician puts in opponents. Let's talk about magician's down special. So magician's down special, as you can see, he points. So you're like, well, nothing happens. It doesn't have a hitbox. You can be reversed in the sky. So what does this do? When the hat is out, magician can send the hat spinning in a specific direction, as you can see. So he could do things like call out hat, send hat in the direction, and when hat hits, you can press neutral B again to summon the hat. So it's kind of like basically like using your stationary hat as a moving projectile to basically like cover that ground part, because as it's moving, the hat is a projectile. And it kind of like helps you put the statue in positions where you want it to be. So you can like put it out near the ledge and like have it float over the ledge kind of like this, and then pop it near the ledge and like down air it downwards kind of like that. Like being able to set up statue with this move is very good, and being able to like cover options with statue and just help this to let you put statue into position. Also using it to like make the hat a hitbox to kind of like cover the ground, to like kind of like force opponents to either jump or hit this, because like I said, your opponents can hit your hat. When the hat is moving like this, it can be hit, and once it's hit, it will disappear. But while it's moving, you can kind of like play around this, because your opponent can't grab you, so they'll have to like come from above, and you can just kind of like anti-air them. So playing around this, playing around the moving hat, letting it set up statue for you when you want it to like be set up is going to be very, very important when playing magician. Knowing when to use this, knowing when to pop this, knowing when to like summon the statue, knowing when to play around the hat because like I say, you can still move around and do things like forward air, neutral air, cover jumps and things like that. You can kind of send it forward. If your opponent jumps behind you, you can pop it to like cover them jumping behind you. Just very, very good, and another way for Magician to control the hat. And like I say, you could B-reverse this, and like you see like Magician's momentum while using this move is really, really crazy as he kind of like launches himself forward. Very, very good. So that'll do it for Magician's down special. Like I say, just using down special to help you control the hat and pop the hat where you want to pop the hat and things like that. Very, very good. Using it to cover the ground, using it to cover situations. Just having this move covers so much because your opponent kind of like has to watch out for it because it's a constant moving hitbox. And just being able to like use it to help you set up the statue where you want to, kind of like that, is very, very crazy. So that'll do it for Magician's down special. Let's go into Magician's side special. So Magician's side special, he throws out a magic card, and he throws it at a downwards angle. As you can see, if you're on the ground, he throws it at a downward angle, and if you jump, he throws it at a downward angle. Thing about this is if you press side special and hold up, the card will pop up. If you press side special and hold down, it'll fly at more of a sideways angle. And if you just do side special, it'll fly at kind of like an upwards angle. This also bounces off of every single surface. So if you have statue set up and you throw card at statue, okay, there's a specific angle where if you throw it, card will actually hit statue. But if you throw card, I keep getting that one specific angle. But if you throw card at statue, as you see right there, card will bounce off of statue and go backwards. This works for every surface, even, I didn't get low enough, even throwing it off the stage like that. So you can also use it to like pressure opponents off stage from like a certain angle. As I did not get low enough again. So you can like do things like jump off, throw card back, and if you hold up, card will bounce up. If you hold down, card will go down. So kind of like throw card, hold up, and card will bounce up as I kill myself. And if you hold down, card will go at like a straightward angle. So like just knocking opponents off, throwing card and holding down and doing things like that is very, very good. Because it gives you like another presence because the angle that card knocks is very, very good. Like I say, you can hold up to cover that upwards angle for opponents when they jump above you, when they see you jump off the stage. So like kind of do that to like kind of knock them back out into like the death box. And as I was showing with statue, if you throw card at statue, it bounces off a statue, as you can see right there. But there's a specific distance where if you throw card, nope, it's too close. If you throw card, it'll bounce under statue kind of like that. So your opponents like kind of have to watch out for it. Like that. Because you could throw it, use it to pop statue, and also have a projectile behind statue. Like that. So it's very, very good. Another thing about this is this card knocks opponents towards Magician, as you can see. So it lets you combo, so you can do some pretty cheeky things. Like if you're close enough, like card into up special at like mid percentages, because the initial hitbox on Magician's aerial up special does knock pretty high. But like one really good kill confirm is like card into up special, low percentage combos. You can do card into like neutral air. You can do card into up air for like juggle situations by just hitting them with card. Hitting opponents with card is very, very good. It covers a lot. As you can see, like Magician like moves very far when he does it. So you can like get aggressive and throw it, or you can get defensive and retreat and throw it, and then just run in afterwards and like get that follow up. Very, very good. Card is very good for Magician, and a very good tool to use in neutral when playing against opponents. And like I say, your opponents have to watch out for it because you can hit an opponent with card and do things like forward air. You can hit them with card and do like up air into like up air. You can hit them with card and do like down air into like double jump neutral air, because Magician's down air has like very little aerial lag, kind of like that. And like I said, those mid percentages, you can hit people with card into up special to like get those really, really good, like pretty cool and like cheeky kill confirms. There's a specific hitbox you have to hit with card, but just throwing out card is very good to like knock opponents towards you to get those follow-ups. Your opponents have to be afraid of getting hit with card because it knocks you towards magician. So card, along with using hat to control the battlefield and summoning like statue and knocking statue at your opponents, throwing card at your opponents, it's a lot for your opponent to worry about when fighting magician. So that's one of the things that magician like kind of gets to like get away with, because your opponents have to worry about so much when fighting him. Very, very good. So that'll do it for card. Like I say, very, very good option for magician to have. I love getting kills with LB. Very, very good option for magician to have. Very good to use in like neutral to like bait your opponents to come in. That way you don't have to like run at your opponent. You just kind of like use card and like pressure them in, make them feel like, okay, well I have to approach because he's like not fighting. It doesn't matter how close you are when you hit with this. So you don't have to be super far away. You can be super up close. You can hit them like I say, you could be far away. You could be like up close. Just hitting opponents with cards sets them up in like such a bad position. Then you could chase under them with like dash attack and things like that. So magician having card is very, very good. Card is really good. It will definitely be a part of like your core gameplay, just how statue and hat spin is. So let's talk about magicians. Up special. I was like, which one are we missing? We talked about down special, side special, and neutral special. Magician's up special is a teleport. And as you can see, it's a 2-hitting move. The first hit will knock opponents up. The second hit will knock opponents away. As you can see right there. And as I've shown earlier, it is a really potent kill move. Being able to block and do this out of shield and just like kill opponents at like higher percentages is very, very good. Like I say, at mid percentages, you can do like hard into up special, as you can see right there. And like I say, at higher percentages, you just like block and up special to like get those kills. It hits on both sides. So even if you're like facing forward, you can up special kind of like that and it'll knock opponents forward. So even if your opponent's like trying to mix up your shield or probably like empty jump behind you and go for a grab, you can literally just drop shield and up special and it'll cover all the parts around you. Very, very good. Another thing about this is, as you saw, on the ground, magician can go at a sideways angle, as you can see right there. He can also go down. So he doesn't have to just go up. He can also go down. He can also do it in place. So if you're on the ground and you up special and hold down, he'll do it in place. And if you're on the ground and up special and hold sideways, he'll go sideways. Sad thing is, without the specific sticker, he cannot up special sideways in the air. He can only go at a slight angle in the air. So in the air without the sticker, he can go upwards and he can go at a slight angle. But there is a specific sticker that like lets him go sideways in the air also, which makes his recovery like even better. You have to watch out because the moment that magician appears to grab the ledge, he can be down aired. So it's not like this is like a full safe teleport. Like right before he grabs the ledge, he can be down aired so that you can do things like mix up your recovery as I teleport downwards. But you can teleport, hold down to like kind of get the explosion before you grab the ledge. Another thing to note is that with statue, you can mix up your recovery because you can throw out hat, double jump, and land, as I miss landing on statue. But statue is a platform. So let's see if I can get rid of this one. Okay, so you can throw out hat, double jump, and land on statue to kind of like mix up your recovery. And landing on statue gives you back your double jump. So like even if you're like out there in a death box, because like his recovery is fairly linear, like you kind of like have to go to those specific spots and be upwards. You can use statue to like mix up your recovery, get back your double jump, and basically like recover like at a different angle. And basically the easiest way to do this is to press neutral special, throw out hat, and slightly move forward after you throw out hat. Like don't move forward too far because you'll slide off the hat, and if you don't move forward, you just won't land on the hat. Just kind of like slightly move forward a little bit. It will take some getting used to so that you don't miss it and like kind of fall to your death. But just knowing you can mix up your recovery with statue to help you get to those sweet spots for up special is really good. Knowing that you can use up special to get kills, basically on the ground, in the air, out of like card confirms, out of shield, kind of like that, is very, very good. Magician's up special is really, really strong, and that's another thing because it makes it scary to like hit his shield, because if you hit his shield while he's shielding, he can literally just drop shield and up special out of shield to get like really, really early kills that you're not expecting. So that'll do it for all of Magician's specials. Let's go into Magician's amazing aerials. So Magician's specials are pretty tricky, as you notice, but his aerials are even better. So Magician's aerials have some really good range on them. As you can see, he uses the hat for like, I want to say every single one of his aerials. Yep. And the hat is considered a disjoint, so it does stretch pretty far. His aerials are pretty fast. As you can see, he's very like aerodynamic, very agile. You can throw out a lot while jumping. His short hop aerials are very good. Like short hop down air is really good. Short hop up air is really good because it covers a lot. You can retreat with it, you can go forward with it. And short hop forward air, you can jump forward with it. And short hop back air, you can jump back with it. So his aerials are very good, so let's just kind of hop right into them. Magician's neutral air is a full body spin. As you can see right there, has like a sideways angle. So it knocks opponents at like a sideways angle, so you can like kind of give chase, kind of like knocks really low. It's basically kind of like a get off me tool. Like if your opponent is on you, you can kind of like use neutral air to knock them away. So you can like set up your hat or go for like a card confirm. You won't really be getting kills with this because the launch isn't too crazy. Like I say, it's basically kind of like a get off me tool so that you can like throw a card and pursue the card, or like a get off me tool so you can set up statue. One thing about neutral air is one of the aerials that doesn't break statue on first hit, as you can see. So like a lot of aerials like down, oops, and some of it, but down air, if I go down air will break statue on first hit. Forward air will break statue on first hit. Back air will break statue on first hit. And up air will, but neutral air will not. Another thing about this is hitting statue with neutral air knocks it at a really good angle to like cover that sideways arc. As you can see right there, I think the best two areas to hit statue with are neutral air and back air because of the angle that it sends at. Forward air is also very good for like covering jumps, but neutral air is basically a get off me tool, so you can set up statue and like go back into the offensive. It's very fast. As you can see, you can throw out multiple and a jump. And like I say, the angle it knocks is very good for setting up opponents. So that'll do it for neutral air. Let's talk about down air. Magician's down air is a swing downwards with the hat. And as you can see, it's a really hard spike. It has a sweet spot, which is up under Magician, and a non-sweet spot, which is kind of like behind Magician. As you can see right there, the non-sweet spot doesn't spike. It just kind of like knocks upwards. You can hit down air out of things like hard to down air, and like the non-sweet spot will knock opponents upwards, so you can like chase kind of like that. And hitting opponents with the sweet spot will just knock them downwards, so you can continue to chase again. Magician's down air is really strong. Like I say, being able to hit things like card into down air to like scare opponents. Being able to hit down air off stage to like get spikes is very good. A character having a spike is always really good. At those mid percentages, hitting things like card into, I want it double jump down air, but hitting things like card into double jump down air, as I'm not down airing, but card, and I'm getting the wrong hitbox from card, of course all this would happen. Being able to hit things like card into down air, into like up air to like set up situations and like put kind of like fear in your opponent because you're like knocking them up, because like the sour spot of down air doesn't knock up that high. It's very good. Magician's down air is really strong. Another thing about this is when you're on the ledge and you're going for a down air, you can literally just drop down and down air because it covers so much. Like the angle he swings down air at covers a lot of the ledge, as you can see right there. And it just hits really hard. So that'll do it for Magician's down air. Let's talk about Magician's up air. Magician's up air is very good. He swings it in an arc above him. You can also land with this up air, as you can see right there. So you can land and go like up air into another up air, like that. As you saw earlier in the video, this up air also kills. So it has 2 hitboxes. It has a non-sweet spot and a sweet spot. You will know when you hit the sweet spot because the game kind of freezes. The sweet spot does 11. The non-sweet spot does 9. Being able to hit things like card into up air is very, very good. As you can see, the sweet spot almost kills at like 120. So like at those higher percentages when you're getting those kills, just constantly going for card into up air is very good. Sad part about up air is the non-sweet spot does not kill as hard as the regular sweet spot. As you can see, like the non-sweet spot didn't even kill at like 150, but the regular sweet spot will kill a lot earlier. At lower percentages, it's very good to use this combo with. Very good to like juggle opponents with. You can contest a lot of down airs in the game with this up air because of the arc that he swings up air and like how much priority like Magician's Hat has. It's just very, very good. And like I always say, being able to throw out card and to like jump up air to like kind of get those like kill confirms is very, very good. Magician's up air is just very good combined with card, and then combined with things like down tilt that knock opponents upwards to like set up for like juggle situations. It hits fairly far in front of him, as you can see right there. Being able to use up attack to set up for those juggle situations. You don't lose much for going for Magician's up air because it's so good. Doing things like up air into forward air at lower percentages to like extend combos, or doing things like card into up air will always be very, very good for Magician. So that'll do it for Magician's up air. Let's talk about Magician's back air since we're here. Magician's back air is really, really strong. It's basically a swipe back with the hat. As you can see, it has a sweet spot that does 10, and it also has a non-sweet spot. Does it have a non-sweet? No, I don't think it doesn't have a non-sweet spot. I think it does 10 all the way around. Did not know that. I thought it had like a sweet spot that did more, and it had more. Yeah, there it is. Okay, I thought so. The sweet spot does 12. The non-sweet spot does 10, as you can see. And you can know you hit the sweet spot because Magician kind of like freezes a little bit like that. The sweet spot is the max space on the back air. And just kind of like up air, Magician's back air does kill. And being able to do things like card into like dash turnaround back air, if you're like good with like pivots, kind of like that, is very good because kind of like I say with up air, it sets up for that chance to get a kill with back air because Magician's back air does kill. Like you can, as you're noticing, you can get a lot of like kill confirms from card simply because of the like launch angle that it has. It's very good to like cover the ledge and to like edge guard opponents with. Back air is very, very good. So that'll basically do it for like back air. It's a very simple swing. And like I say, you have the sweet spot and you have the non-sweet spot. Hitting the sweet spot, you always want to aim for the sweet spot. This move isn't safe on shield, so you always want to try and space it as much as you can. And just hitting those confirms from like card, oops, wrong card into like dash turnaround back air is just very, very good. Because Magician's aerials and like hitting Magician's aerials from card is just like basically like free damage altogether. So that'll do it for back air. Let's talk about Magician's forward air. And just like back air and up air, Magician's forward air also kills. It also has a sweet spot that does 12 and a non-sweet spot that does 10. So one of the crazy things about Magician is a lot of people feel like Magician doesn't kill early. And the reason why is because his non-sweet spots have so little launch. His sweet spots are the thing that kill. So getting those kills with Magician, you have to hit those sweet spots. You have to really aim for those sweet spots. As you can see, like non-sweet spot didn't kill into like 174. So you really have to space out those aerials. Sweet spot forward air does 12, kind of like sweet spot back air. At lower percentages, you can combo into like forward air. So at lower percentages, you can do things like card, into down air, into forward air. That was neutral air. Or you can do things like up air into forward air, kind of like that. And like I say, Magician's forward air does kill. You just have to hit that sweet spot on forward air. Like you see how hard it hits? It does kill, but hitting those sweet spots on Magician's aerials Why do I keep getting I keep getting this wrong bounce of the card. Okay, but hitting the sweet spots on Magician's Aerial is like one of the hardest things to do because Magician's Aerial stretch out really, really far. So you have to throw them at a specific spot and card knocks opponents towards you. So the best area to hit them with is up air, but forward air does kill. Forward air knocks at like an upward angle, as you can see like from the red mark. It knocked the red line, it knocks opponents upwards. So it won't kill as early as back air that knocks opponents like straight to the side. But forward air will eventually kill like around 120 if you do get that sweet spot near like the edge of the stage. But it's just getting that sweet spot, which is the hard part. So that'll do it for all of Magician's Aerials, I believe. Forward air, back air, up air, down air, and neutral air. Let's hop into Magician's grab game. So, Magician's forward throw basically knocks opponents off, does 9 damage. Magician's back throw basically knocks opponents back, does 10 damage. Magician's regular throws are basically kind of like get off me tools so that you can set up statue or like re-pursue opponents with card. That's basically all Magician's regular throws are going to be. It would take a while to get like a kill from back throw, like that was with bad DI, but like with good DI, back throw won't kill until like 140, maybe like 150 on medium weight characters. Forward throw will probably only kill at like 160, 170 maybe. So you won't really be using these throws to get kills. Thing about Magician though, Magician is a grab and throw character. And what do we know about grab and throw characters? They have enhanced throws. So let's look at Magician. So just like other grab and throw characters, when Magician hits an opponent's shield enough, the bar next to his character icon will fill up and you get enhanced throws. So Magician's enhanced forward throw does 23 and knocks at a more drastic angle. But Magician's enhanced back throw is very, very strong. As you can see, like forward throw didn't really kill at 90 from like center stage, but enhanced back throw does 15 and has way more launch. And Magician's enhanced back throw is the main one that you'll really be using. Like I said, like enhanced forward throw doesn't really kill. Enhanced back throw is the one with all the launch. I don't think you'll kill from 90 from center stage. Yeah, I didn't think so because Magician doesn't have the strongest of the grab and throws. But on the edge of the stage, once that throw meter is full, you can play with your back towards the edge of the stage because getting a grab near the edge of the stage at like 90 or like even 80 can like get you a kill. So like just remember, as I said, you'll be like kind of doing things like throwing card, using hat, using down special, using aerials to like jump and hit your opponents and things like that. So your opponent will be shielding a lot. And building up that grab and throw meter is very, very good because you can get kills at the edge of the stage at like 90 with his enhanced back throw. So just something to remember about Magicians, like grab and throw. Enhanced back throw is the main one you want to use. And when you have that throw meter field, you just kind of like play near the edge of the stage to get that kill with grab back throw. So that'll do it for Magician's throws. Let's talk about Magician's combo game. So Magician's combo game isn't too crazy. Like I say, down attack and up attack. Oh my gosh, sorry. Down attack and up attack sets up for some pretty good positioning. But these aren't true combo starters. They just kind of set up for some good positioning for combos. His main true combo starter will be card. Because as I've shown throughout the video, you can do card into like down air, you can do card into forward air, you can do card into neutral air, you can do card into like up special. You just kind of like do card into anything as long as you get the right hitbox on card. The hitbox that knocks opponents towards you is always going to be good. You even get like kill confirms from card, as I've shown before, like card into up air or card into back air. Like card will be one of his main combo starters. Outside of that, Magician's a very big like neutral heavy character. He just kind of like controls the stage and controls neutral to like get basically like annoy opponents and get build damage and get those skills with like grab and throws or straight aerials. He's not really a big combo starting character. Your main combo starter, like I said before, will be card. That'll be your main combo starter. And then you'll just kind of get juggles from there. And you'll use down tilt and up to set up for combo situations. For if your opponents don't make a decision, you can get those combos and follow-ups. So that'll do it for Magician's combos, because like I say, he's kind of like a tit-for-tat, like neutral heavy character. You basically want to like annoy your opponent with card, set them up with hat, basically put hat into position for you to like knock hat at opponents and like get follow-ups and combos and situations kind of like that. So that'll do it for Magician's combo game. And I've talked about Magician's neutral throughout the entire video. Magician's neutral is basically like surrounding around using hat while using card to like basically bait in your opponents, get residual damage, control the stage, control the options that your opponents like, limit their movement options and the things that they can do, and take advantage of your opponent trying to get around these obstacles that you set in, that you set in place for them. So that'll do it for Magician. Like I say, this is the last character guide. I have played every single character in Flash Party, made a gameplay video with every single character in Flash Party, made a beginner guide for every single character in Flash Party, and made a guide follow-up for every single character in Flash Party. And I've enjoyed every moment of it. Some characters I enjoy playing more than others, but we've made it to the end of the road and we're here. After this, since there aren't any more guides to do, I'm actually going to do a grind to Challenger rank. I believe Challenger rank is the last rank. I'm going to do a grind to Challenger rank, so you can look forward to that series. I'm also going to do a grind to Challenger rank 2v2 with the teammate, basically probably the best Flash Party player I know. He's the one that like told me about Flash Party. So you can look forward to like those series. But like I always say, if the guide helped, leave a like. If you're looking forward to more Flash Party content, leave a subscribe. And if you have any questions or anything like that, drop a comment. Let me know. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.